What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We are on Instagram Live. Let's get it. All right. What do you think about Instagram is there is no way to get on Instagram and monitor it like I monitor my YouTube show. Before you jump on, before you just hit me, before you hit a link requesting to be on, you need to type in why you want to get on, what you want to discuss, because here's what's not going to happen. I'm not just going to have a bunch of random people I don't know just getting up here talking and screaming. No. You're going to come on and you're going to be like, hey, I want to discuss this. I want to ask that. That's how we're going to do that. So while we are waiting for people to join in, one thing I got to say is, ladies, explain something to me. Why is it that when a 50-year-old woman is dating a 30-year-old man or a 25-year-old man, she's getting her groove back? When a 50-year-old man is doing it and paying the cost to be the boss, all of a sudden y'all got a problem with it. Why is it that all you women seem to think that you're 10s? I'm a 10, she's a 10, I'm a 10. There's no way in the world nobody should be a 10. Okay, but why is it that all women are 10s, but y'all have no problem, absolutely no goddamn problem rating a man, a loser, a dusty, a beta male, a wimp? What's the problem, ladies? Or is the truth that video showed that many of you ladies actually have an incredibly overinflated sense of yourself that your life has told you? Your life and my life, all of our lives, show us exactly our lanes. It's called assortative mating. High people get with high people, above average people get with above average people roughly get with average people, and so on. But what I have seen more than anything else is that you ladies have no problem calling yourselves queens, divas, 10s, and some of the most outrageous stuff. But if men were to say a 10th of this, y'all would laugh at them. See, it's one thing to, and then I've heard women just say you got to sit there and women have to say that stuff to make themselves feel better. Here's an idea. Instead of lying to yourself, why don't you just do better? So that's what we have to do as men. A man can't go out and call himself an alpha male, a high value man, a provider, or this and that. He actually has to go out and do something. Make believe or fantasy is for children. So why is it that women can sit around and, I'm just, who ranks you ladies? Because when I was in Lenox Mall today, and I had a woman ask, who ranks? Men do. Men rank you. If you're a heterosexual woman and you want to get with a man, men rank you. Who ranks men? Women. Or else, why? Okay, if not, if women, do women rank men? Do women rate men? See, you guys have no problem when it goes your way. If you didn't, where did men get this 3 6s from? 6 feet tall, 6 figures, 6-pack abs. Where did men get that from? Got it from you. See, what I think is the real issue is many of you ladies looked at that woman who rated herself as average, and that woman actually was truthful there. But subsequently, I've heard women say, oh, she's an 8. And here's this. You don't count when it comes to this. It's the men who count. Because you would not stand for it if it went the other way. Why is it so hard for you ladies just to accept that men rate you? We rate you. We rank you. And whether you like it or not, whether you think it's fair or not, that's how it is. Men have had to deal with it forever. And it seems there's out of men or women, it seems that you ladies have a hard time accepting the reality. And here's another thing. Ladies talk about total package and all this other kind of stuff. Nope. No. All the other characteristics only matter after attraction hits. It only matters after the attraction hits. Your character, your sweetness, and all this other kind of stuff, in general, only matters after attractiveness. Because how about this? How many times have you ladies, if you ladies watch any of the videos on my channel, I have women and I've posted on my, who are married, who won, and are still about to divorce their husbands and go jump back out in this dating thing because they think they deserve more. Well, here's the thing. The amount of unmarried women over age 35 is at an all-time high. For the first time in the history of this country, we have more unmarried people than married people. Men are not going to accept below average, unfit, uncooperative women with high expectations. Men aren't going to accept women like that who feel like it's them, the women, that are doing men a favor. Pick a struggle, ladies. And I think this is what bothers so many women about that video is that, let's just take that video. I find it funny that so many women got in their feelings about it when the actual lady herself wasn't that bothered. But she herself said her dating life had been average. She doesn't know the men, don't know what they are, don't know anything about them. And women were so focused on what I was saying versus what she was saying. But ladies, did you focus on the fact that she says, I'm always dating down, I gotta date down? What about what she was saying about the men? That the men who don't make as much as her are beneath her. Why do you need a man that's making this much money? Because in order to fully submit, he needs to be making more money. But y'all got no problem with that. Why is it that you guys only seem to have a problem when the equation doesn't benefit you? Like it or not, women today are unrealistic. Unrealistic about their expectations. And what happens when expectations are not met with reality? People get frustrated. So we're not going to talk about the woman. It's not about her. It's about all of the women that have come after her. I just think you need to understand something, how crazy women have been acting. Who are you? Who is he? What makes you qualified? What's this? What's that? Y'all don't ask that when men tell you what you want to hear. You had no problem asking who I was when I was telling men to work 60 hours a week minimum that you're getting paid for. When I was telling men to pay 100% of the bills or pay the cost to be the boss, y'all weren't asking all those questions then. You had no problems when I was saying that men need to be 100%. You had no problems then. What I want to know is, what are the issues? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on live I'm going to answer some of the women's questions. Let's see who's here. Can a man perform in bed at 50 for a 20-year-old woman the way a woman in her 50s can perform for a man? No one cares. I'm going to just be honest. No one cares how good you are in bed at 50. You're a fetish. 20-year-old men aren't wifing 50-year-old women. So you can have the bomb, pat yourself on the back, and waiting to exhale, and Stella got her groove back. Don't nobody care. And 50-year-old men are not trying to impress 20-year-olds in bed. See, that's another thing. See, these questions belie, you know what these questions belie? These questions belie women who still believe that all the leverage is still on your side and men got to impress you at all levels. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. Got news for you. You ladies have to impress men. We don't have to impress you. Not like that. See, that's the story that's been told to you ladies, that happy wife, happy life. And you got all these guys out here telling you what you want to hear. But I'm going to tell you, high value, productive men, productive, competitive, successful men aren't going out working 10, 12, 14-hour days and then coming home playing Joe in the bedroom, rubbing your back and massaging your toes and all sorts of kind of stuff. You're lucky if you get 5 minutes. A man is not going out to build the world, build a business, and then have to come home and play a porn star. Y'all are crazy to think that's what's supposed to go on. And sadly, outside of the Black community, you don't hear women talking like this. You don't hear women expecting that. I mean, seriously. Do you believe that there are men that are truly attracted to heavyset women? Sure. Sure. But they're not the majority. There are also men who are attracted to midgets. Like it or not, ladies, men have evolved the way we've evolved. Are there women who are truly attracted to shorter men? Are there women who are attracted to broke men? See, the thing about weight is something you can control. That's why you need to get as fit as you can get and as pretty as possible, and the girl power movement needs to come back. You need to be a woman with a girl on the inside. Girly. The smaller the woman, the bigger the ring. You want to know what men really want in women? Look at what men of means pick after they have their means. Show me a man who's a high earner, who's a high value man. See, and being high value requires more than just money. It requires having money over a certain period of time, having a network of high value men and other people, it all being LinkedIn level, and being useful to others and the group. Okay? That's what it requires. So it's more than just money. And it just starts at 6 figures. Most high value men are really in the, I don't want to go down that path. So if a man has to get out here and make himself high value, that starts around 40. 35 to 40 is where men start getting into that $250,000, $300,000 range. Do you honestly think a man who's had to go work for 10 years plus to build himself into the top 10% of men is going to turn around and accept an average overweight woman? No different than a woman who's in the top 10% of women is going to accept an average earning man. When am I going to continue the show on late bloomers? I'm not. I'm not going to continue the show on late bloomers. I've already done that show. How long should one wait to date after? How long should one wait to date after marriage, having children? I don't know what that means. What advice do you have for young men coming into the dating market? Don't. You're too young to date. 18 to 30, you need to have your head down, working 60 hours minimum per week, earning, get out, try things, fail, earn, try better, find hook up is at best. You're not in a position to have a relationship. You can't afford it. You don't have time to waste. Why is it when a man turns down a woman sexually, women demand an explanation? Let me get on that one. Let me tell you something. Some of my biggest critics, women, are women that know good and damn well. Productive, competitive, successful men, handsome, attractive, well-put men, well-groomed men don't deal with unattractive women. And when women have proven is they cannot take rejection, the first thing women want to do when a man turns them down sexually or turns them down is call a man gay. That's why, what is the number one thing women want to try to throw at me? They don't even know me. You're gay. What you're really saying is I'm out of your league. I'm just going to go there. And I'm not just speaking for me. I'm speaking for men in this group. You think it's the first time we've heard you guys say this? What you're really saying, because see, you never hear a woman that's really on your level, in your scale, throwing these kind of insults or shots. They just say, I just don't agree with you. And they keep on moving. Why? Because they're happy. They're happy and they got options. It's the women who sit back and say, ooh, on my best day, I couldn't get him. At best, he was calling me for a booty call back in college. When his girlfriend wasn't around and everybody else was gone, I was one of the last people he called in his phone when he had the heat. That's a bunch of the women that got something to say about me. Rock-faced, angry women. But let's be real. Oh, I don't like him. He wears a suit and that's feminine, this and that. Knowing good and goddamn well, if I walked in the same room with you and your friends be like, God damn, you fine. You look good, smell good. And you can sit over there with your lips all twisted up playing hater. It's because you know good and damn well I wouldn't touch you. So you got to turn around and say, look at the way his hat is and his this and his that. It's because you have never had a good looking man. Damn sure not a good looking, productive, competitive, successful, driven, ambitious man. You've had busters and dusties and all this other kind of stuff because look in the mirror. That's your answer. I'm getting tired of some of these. I mean, I don't bother these wildebeests. I'm like, chick, please. You mad because I look better than you. Look better than you, more successful than you, more talented than you, got more than you. And I wouldn't bother you until you decide to turn around and poke somebody. It's like, I mean, I wonder, do these women actually not realize that attractive women look at these women making these comments and like, come on, girlfriend, we see through you. Ha ha ha, that's a joke. The only women to get a belly laugh out of that is Big Shirley and them. Big Shirley and them get a laugh out of that. Big Shirley gets a laugh out of that because Big Shirley know good and damn well I couldn't get a date with that guy. They got to take themselves to Fogo de Chao and Ruth Chris. They got to go with their big girlfriends and their gay guy friends. When I go out with my lady friends and we pull up in the VIP, when we sit down and order our meal and a bottle of wine, I can show you some photos of packs of women, dress size 10 and up, 12 and up, 14 and up, and on and on and on and on. And they're just sitting there, 4 to the group, 6 to the group, 8 to the group, and here comes their gay friend. I'm like, leave Big Shirley. No, I ain't leaving Big Shirley. Big Shirley need to leave me alone. Why am I not married? Because I'm not. Why? I mean, let me ask you this question. How are you supposed to answer that question? See, these are questions. Why are you not married? I've been married twice. Why? Is that not enough for you? Why am I not married? Because I don't have to be yet. I've got a dating rotation. And y'all will never see the women I deal with. They're private women. Never gonna see them. Think I'm exposed the people I deal with to this madness? No, thank you. But I will tell you, they get a good laugh at some of my female critics and detractors. They're like, why is she talking about anybody? I'm like, why is it mostly heavy-set women on dating apps? Because beautiful women are already taken. Am I a member of Kappa Alpha Psi? Yes. Are kids really a deal breaker? Let's get into this. Are kids really a deal breaker? Yes. 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 Yes, yes, yes. Here's the thing. I need you ladies to understand something. Children, your child, have you raised your child to be an asset to another man? You love your child to mend their liabilities. Most of you have raised your children, but to men, they are liabilities. Liabilities that come with responsibilities. So instead of asking, are kids a deal breaker, why are you not married to the father? Kids are not a deal breaker. Coming from, and the people that tell you that kind of stuff, you just need to go ahead. People who will do that kind of stuff, the people who do that kind of stuff, don't listen to them. Because too many men have come on, especially the more a man has, the more he wants. They want to create their own legacy. See, what you want, they get mad when you start talking about kids because their feelings into it. You decide to make the kids stay with the man. The higher up a man goes, the more he has, the more men want to build their own legacy. They want to build their own legacy. And many of you ladies want to rob men of that because you think they should pick you. Well, if there are 10 women out there and the man wants to build his own legacy, what are you doing to overcome all of that stuff to make you the best choice instead of just stamping your feet? See, here's another thing. This is when women tend to get really mad because they know the reality. So they want to have an argument with me, but when I get offline, they know the reality. They know the reality that single mothers are not in demand by high value, productive, competitive, successful men. They are not for marriage. They're in demand for dating, casual relationships, short-term stuff, but for long-term marriage, men want to build their own legacy. Here's another thing. You ladies who have children, especially you women who think you're higher earners. Let's say you 6 figures, you got a kid. Well, guess what? We got to deduct from your salary $30,000 because of your kid. Stop getting upset with men because they have standards too. See, the thing is, you guys have been able to make your standard. I'm 6 foot tall, 6 pack, this, but that guy was never supposed to have any standards. I'm going to answer a few more questions and I'm going to bring some folks on. Instead of so ladies, if you don't have any kids, don't make any. Make kids with your husband. See, the women of my mother's generation and before understood this. That's why many of them didn't go out and have a bunch of children. And the ones that did have a child didn't go around and have 2 or 3. Why are y'all having multiple children when 51% of all Black men are single and childless? 64% are in the middle class. That means, what is it? What is the stat? 70% of Black women have children. I don't have the stat handy. But here's the thing. Of 100% of Black women who have children, all those children are being made by a minority of men. You want a man that you passed over to go become a baby mama of somebody else to come behind after you've settled and take on all the financial responsibilities of a child that's not his and a child that will never be an asset to him. Sorry, and I've been a stepfather. Like it or not. Why is it that women only want a good man after becoming a single mom? Because life has gotten real. Because now it's gotten past being atavistic. Because now it's gone beyond just dating a hot guy, the guy that turns you on. Because now what's sexy is a 401k and full medical instead of just a 10-inch schlong. what's sexy is mortgage and stocks and bonds, not pecs and shoulders. The question is, why are women not giving men what they want? Why are you not as fit as you can get, as pretty as possible, with girl power on 10, girl power over 9,000? Why are you not giving that to the men you want to be husbands to you, or even to the men you want to be stepfathers? See, or even better, if the man you had a child with, if you gave him all those things, why did he not marry you? See, what men are starting to say, ladies, is you're offering men an unfair deal. I'm not going to say a bad deal. I'm just going to say an unfair deal. And they're not taking it. All right, we're going to get, I'm not going live with any guys. Not yet. I don't want to talk to a bunch of dudes. Sorry. If you're a man and you want to talk to me, you have to pay me. That's the way that goes. If you're a man and you want to talk to me, you'll either catch me on one of the days on my YouTube show when I'm talking to men, or you have to pay me. Who is this? Mula Marie. Well, I'm gonna do this. All right, so if you want to go live with me, go ahead and hit. If you're a woman and you want to go live and ask your question, hit. My goal is this. It's not to hurt women's feelings. It's to give you some truth, because you've been lied to. You've been lied to. You've been told what you wanted to hear. I grew up in the church, and I'm gonna tell you, in the church, they're not telling women the truth anymore. Why is it you can have women coming to church who we know was catting around the night before? You got 3 kids by 2 different dudes and sitting on the first row, acting like you're sin-free. It's not as though men aren't sinning too, but it's like, where is the humility with today's modern woman? Where is the, I need to slow down and get better, or instead of just accept me as I am. But you don't just accept men as they are. There you go. I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, ham, spam, dog, moths. Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Let me take this off. Maybe.
Can you hear me now?
I can now.
Can you see me?
I can see you.
Okay, well, thank you for adding me.
You're welcome.
I wrote it down.
Okay.
All right. So you think that there's competition between women that prefer being natural, for example, no fake body, not too much makeup, natural hair, but long natural hair, beautiful natural hair. She's about her business too. Do you think that there's a competition between women who do wear a lot of makeup, who do have fake bodies, the big butts, and beautiful natural body though as well?
Okay, ladies, gotta keep the question simple. Is there a competition between who?
A natural woman versus a made-up woman, we'll say.
Yes. Always has been. But who are you trying to get?
That was my other point. Right.
Women who have all these unnatural bodies are playthings. I look at some of the stuff on Instagram, I'm like, that's sexually attractive. But
right.
I go walk down the aisle with these freakishly small-waisted, huge asses.
Right. But they do.
No, they don't. Where? Where do you see this?
Nicki Minaj is paid, for example, but they do.
Hold on. Say again, Nicki Minaj?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Run down the pedigree of her husband.
Right. You're right.
No. Go ahead and run it down. So everybody.
A pedophile, I think a rapist or something.
Oh, okay. And she's a multi-millionaire. You're right.
You're right. So that has to do with her mindset as well.
So all that did her what? Did what? See, one of the big problems is because I come from a career in corporate America, and I would see what the kind and caliber of men that women say they want. They're wives. Mm-hmm. They're natural women. Mm-hmm. They're natural. And unfortunately, I noticed you got a lot of tattoos. I have tattoos also. But my tattoos can be hidden in a polo shirt on a golf course. That's going to work against you. That's going to work against you depending on the kind of man you want.
Right.
Because if he takes you to a company Christmas party, you can't go sleeveless or backless.
Right. You're right.
So, but you knew that though.
Right. I'm in that industry as well. I'm actually a business owner. I don't work a job. I'm an entrepreneur as well. But you made a valid point. That was a very valid point.
Yeah, but see, the response women tend to give me back is I'm independent. Mm-hmm. And that's why women stay independent, because you don't put men top of mind.
No, see, that's wrong too. Not for
I didn't say you.
Okay.
I'm saying women don't put, okay. What I mean by putting men top of mind is, give you an example. Black woman and white woman go to college. They go to University of Georgia. They both go to the dorms their freshman year. Both put on freshman 15, both party it up, both join sororities, both go through their quote unquote hoe phase, both out there bad. But Becky in her freshman, sophomore year does all that. But her junior year, she tends to come back and cuts all that stuff off. She starts looking for a husband. Kim continues to go on through. Why? Because Becky is looking to graduate and find a man. Kim is getting her degree and going on to have even more fun. Mm-hmm. Men are not in most Black women's equation until it's too late. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, well, now I want a man. Great. But have you put on weight? Have you done this? Have you done that? Have you had a kid? All the things that you choose to do as a single woman tell a man what kind of priority men had in your psyche your entire life. Why do I say that? Women tell the men of any group what they think of them by their attitude and their appearance. Uh-huh. What does the rank and file sister tell the rank and file Black men they think he deserves by their attitude and their appearance?
You're right. I'm not necessarily having men trouble. That was just a question of mine.
I didn't say you were having men trouble. But again, I got 2,900 people on here, so I got to have a conversation with multiple people. Because, but you did ask about the competition.
Right.
All right. Do you find you lose to women who are overly plastic?
Okay, so I asked you that question because I'm still involved with my college sweetheart right now. Mm-hmm. We broke up for maybe 3 years. About 3 years, we broke up a little bit after school. The girl he decided to date after me was made up. Mm-hmm. Now, to my understanding, that wasn't something that you were interested in. And not only was she made up, she had 2 kids. So you're playing step. We don't have any kids. I don't have any kids. He doesn't have any kids. So right now you're playing stepdad to this made up thing. He's back with me now though. Right?
No.
Right.
No. How long were y'all together?
So before that, it was probably 4 years.
Okay.
3 years. Okay.
No, how long y'all together? 3 years, right? Okay. I wouldn't normally ask why y'all didn't get married, but I'll keep on. After y'all broke up, who broke it off?
Me.
Exactly. And then when you got with this other girl, how long were they together?
I want to say 1.5 years, maybe.
Right. So you left him. He didn't leave you. So he went and got with a woman he knew he wasn't gonna commit to. It's not like you said he wouldn't marry her. See, let me go ahead and drop some knowledge on a lot of you ladies. That's a do for now woman. She'll do for now. She's a dofer. You got 2 kids and plastic. Good. This is a great person to exchange my time, my resources, your time and resources. We'll exchange some sex. But I ain't got to get serious with you because you got 2 kids and you look plastic. But see, let's rewind. In most situations, you're not with somebody for 3 years and you don't marry them. See, that's what we don't do in the Black community. We have all these long-term ass situationships and never make them formal. Right. We are the kings and queens of the 8-year relationship and no goddamn marriage. And then wonder why it goes all crazy. So y'all are back together. You get married?
That was the plan, but to be honest with you, I'm honestly at the point to leave it alone.
What? Why?
I'm honestly at the point to just leave it alone. I'm doing so much right now. I have a lot to focus on. I'm 26. I'm not 30 yet. I have a goal.
I mean, what that got to do with anything?
I have a goal by 30, and playing around with the relationship is going to stagnate a lot.
Thank you. See what I mean? I'm going to see. Woo! Holy Jesus. Holy Jesus, Father. How long y'all been back together?
It's probably been like 6 months now.
I'm just say this. Whatever you got plans on, man, you're going to look up and be 40 years old and realize it's just shit.
Right.
See, this is why that's why I say Black women have never taught to prioritize men. By 30, you could have been married for 5 years with 2 kids. Next thing y'all, you're going to have is a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
And a goddamn dog.
Right. Right.
I mean, but it sounds good because I got my own business, I'm doing my own thing, and I'm 26 and I got this little tight package and a nice smile. That shit gets old too. There are plenty of women in their mid-30s. That's where you're about to be. But then the women on the other side are sitting back saying, "Why you telling all these young girls this? I wish I'd have known this when I knew it." Mm-hmm. Look, job, accomplishments, all that is fine.
Right.
But does that mean, do women that are non-Black do all the things you're talking about doing and still find a way to get a husband, a family, and build a life meaning with somebody?
Pertaining to me, yes, but just those qualifications, no.
I'm saying no. Do non-Black women tend to be able to, what I'm saying is you have a full life. Mm-hmm. Do non-Black women tend to be able to go get a full life and still find a mate and make children?
Yes.
Then why is it that Black women can't seem to do the same? Because they don't prioritize men.
Right. It's something that's ingrained inside of us. I can't make the answer too long, but you know it's a lot deeper than that. We know it's a lot deeper than that. However, I challenge that. So I know I need a man, but I don't want to. I really don't, and maybe that's the issue too.
You don't want to. You say don't want to what?
I don't want to settle.
What does that mean?
I don't want to be in a relationship to where we just have love, but there's almost no happiness. That's settling. You know, we got this money, so maybe we can handle business together, but there's really no love here. There's really no romance here. There's no spark here. I don't want that.
Is that the purpose? Are you, okay, whether you're Christian or not, it's irrelevant. Well, what is the purpose of marriage?
In my opinion, if I wasn't thinking socially, if I didn't involve money at all, it is a true bond. So of course I expect ups and downs, but I expect ups too.
This love shit,
right?
There's some stuff that the Black community is bought into, hook, line, and sinker. Stuff of the dumbest stuff. You don't marry for love, you marry for security.
Right.
Love comes later. Tina Turner, what's love got to do with it? The women throw this love thing out because guess what? No one's gonna argue. No one's supposed to sit back and say, "That's right, girl. Don't just settle. Wait for your true love to come." No, I'm gonna come throw a bucket of cold water and say, "French toast love." Right. You better get a man with the benefits of 401k and sit your ass down, make up some Black babies, and go on over and get off the ark. Because what else do you have? Because at the end of the day, this is why women end up dying alone, because most of you have jobs. You're not multimillionaires. Making moves and shakers out here running multinational firms. You're just making money.
Right.
Men are not priority. Men are not. See, here's the thing. A lot of times, you ladies just don't see the value of a man outside of his penis and his wallet.
I do.
I said a lot. Okay. Well, then settling should never even have to be an equation. If a man is more than a penis and a wallet, that the word settle should not come down. See, what you settle for is something that's of low value.
Right.
And most women speak of a man in terms of a penis and a wallet, which is very low value. All right. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate you getting on.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Yeah. See, we got to get to the point to where men are just more than, I'm going to settle. I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle. What if men start saying that? I'm not going to settle. If you got children, do men settle for your kids? If you got college debt and issues, do men settle it? We just don't value men. Again, I'm not talking to guys. All right, here we go. Now, she was very attractive. Had that nice little raspy voice. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, your first name is?
Meandra.
What do you got for me, Meandra?
So my question is more, I guess, about self-image. So I'm a medical student trying to become a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And I know like my self-image plays a role in getting, hired for residency, getting hired. Just being in that field as an African-American woman. And then it's going to even play a role, I guess, in relationships too, eventually being in that caliber. So I guess my question is, what do you say about, I guess, my parents? And
I don't understand, because it just seems like a stream of consciousness. Image is important, but what is the question? Let's make it simple.
Oh, the question is, I guess, how can I change my image or work on my image to be more prepared
Image
for
consultant.
professional work? Huh?
Image consultant, like anything else. You plan on going into practice for yourself at any point?
Yes, I would like to my own practice.
Then your practice is going to be part of your personal brand. Professional people should always consult an image consultant, because especially today with social media, the entrepreneur, the business owner is synonymous with their brand. And it is too important to just leave to chance, because it's integral to your personal life, as you said, and your professional life. Depending upon the kind of medicine you're performing, it also has a lot to do with your bedside manner. I mean, image is important. That's why you got to invest in it.
And that's
Huh? Okay, she just went out. So appreciate it, Meandra. All right. Ooh, Faith. Yeah, man, I can't wait to do these the prize. When I start profiling these single women, go on my Instagram page where I talk about the prize and the catch. Where I'm profiling single men and women, giving them the spotlight, the red carpet treatment, putting them out in front of everybody, so folks can be able to find one another, sort each other. She didn't get on. Faith went away. Well, no men, Jen. Y'all start climbing up, folks, man. Short hair is not always bad, man. I mean, just not your kind. There are men who like short hair. There are men who like short hair. See, what's another thing? You guys are gonna have to start, when a woman's wearing natural hair, my suggestion is, even if it's not your particular taste, don't say anything negative or can be perceived as negative. You think you're making a joke and you're making somebody feel self-conscious, because then you feel some kind of way if that woman misinterpreted these jokes as you think it, and she started wearing weaves, wigs, and extensions. Let it be, man. Let it be. All right. So, let me talk about the guys too, man. Women listen to how you crack on women. And women aren't built to take rejection like we are. Her hair was bleached. So what, man? So what? Shut up. I mean, seriously. Some of you guys come in here acting like you gonna want to take her to get her hair done? So what, she wore it bleached. It's not for you. I get it. Leave it alone. I have my preference. Let me say this again. As a man, I have my preferences. But as an image consultant, I have to compartmentalize and put my preferences over here. But what we're asking women to do is listen to what men say they want. And telling women that you have not been told the men's side of the story. Okay, men, we communicate a certain way. There's ribbing, there's joking, there's snapping, there's cracking. All right, women don't do that with men. It's personal to them. So if you don't have the skills to crack jokes or communicate, it's coming across wrong. Do you want more of the same or do you want a different outcome? Then you have to incent, praise the behavior you want. You can't say that weave is bad or it's blonde. Now, I don't like blonde weave. Short hair, I don't like short hair. And then she got short hair and it's blonde. What do you like? Natural is better. Her natural hair color, not for me, but there's no reason to sit around and make a federal case out of it. Most women don't keep their hair color alone anyway. Gentlemen, it will do you well in your maturation as a man to learn how to improve your communication and soft skills. The stuff that we do on the basketball court and in the gym is different than what we got to do in the bedroom, on the golf course, in the boardroom. We got to learn how to communicate. Thinking I'm just going to speak one way all around and everybody's just going to have to understand. No. A lot of times your promotions, your opportunities are determined by how people perceive your soft skills. If you're under 30 as a man, you have a smaller resume. So more of your opportunities and potential is going to be judged on your soft skills. The older men, the executives, they're looking at the next group and trying to see where the leaders coming from. And the leaders are coming from, let's just use this blonde hair thing. Let's say there were 5 guys and one guy said something about the blonde hair and 3 more guys joined in. So 4 guys are talking and one guy says, come on, man, knock it off, lay that back. If somebody's watching it, they're going to say that's the leader. We got to, in 2021, I mentioned it, that we in the Black community, men and women, we got to grow up. And one of the things I see is one of the major issues is because Black men in our community, the higher earners have been young, NFL, NBA, athletes, and entertainers. We are missing a business class that gets profiled. Well, between 30 and 65 is where most adult men are hanging. We don't have a lot of respect for men like that because 1, we sit in the house, so 2, we don't see a lot of guys in that area that are represented. So, guys, that's one of the reasons I used to get a lot of pushback from men when I would tell you, you got to dress like a man. Carry yourself like a man. At 40 years old, start wearing t-shirts and jeans and tennis shoes with your hat to the back. That shit should have been over at 25. But I will say men will fight you to tell you about why sneaker culture is lucrative. I'm like, unless you're flipping sneakers and you built a sneaker business, I don't want to hear it. You can have a hobby, fine, but no real group fights to keep their image juvenile like that. So much so that when a black man shows up in a suit, it's weird to most black people. Who is this dude in this casket suit and this, that? And I'm like, this suit costs more than your car. We think that's funny. Things that are outside of our experience, instead of saying, we just want to, the first thing we want to do is crack and diss. Look at that, look at that, look at that. I'm like, you just showing your ignorance. All right, so let me go ahead and answer some more questions. After a divorce, how long should I wait to get into a relationship? I don't know. The good rule of thumb in relationships has always been a third of the time you were with somebody. If you're with somebody in 10 years, it's going to take about 3 years to get them out of your system. I'm single, and I know I need improvement in certain areas of my life. What do men want? Cooperation. If men under 30 shouldn't date, how do we get experience? You should have got experience in high school. I didn't say you shouldn't date. I said you should be in a relationship. Dating, you should spend about 7% of your time on women. I didn't set the rules, guys. I didn't set the rules. That doesn't mean you have to be a monk, but spending an inordinate amount of your time trying to get laid is unwise. Once a man cheats, will he always cheat? Nope. Do you view a woman with a dating rotation? Fine, honestly. Let me speak to that. Fine. Woman with a dating rotation? Look, man, if you're dealing, especially if you're dealing with women who are 8s, 9s, or 10s, they're going to have a rotation. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to deal with a pretty beautiful or gorgeous woman, you better have your ego screwed on tight. Because whatever you think you are, there's always somebody that's more. There's always somebody that's sexier, taller, more fit, more money. If she's not your wife, you can't tell her what to do. Here's the rule with my rotation. I don't give a shit what you do when you're out there. When you're with me, you're with me. Undivided attention. You get girlfriend level treatment. And when you're going over there, do your business. Only one thing, don't embarrass me and don't bring no shit to me. And we got an understanding agreement. Here's the thing. If you guys learn to understand something about women want men who have discretion. The reason why a lot of guys can't get women of a certain caliber because you talk too much. You want to let everybody know you smashed the baddie, so I ain't not smashing baddies. I mean, it would be stupid for me to tell a woman whose beauty is her currency to invest it all with one guy who has not committed. If you want her to commit to you and have no rotation, you better come with a ring or a plan. And that's the thing. See, guys, I have a real hard problem with men who are wasting women's time. Women are just owed this one thing from us. The truth. Let them make their choices. You meet her, tell her I'm a dog. I'm a player. I'm gonna tell you, when I was in my player days, I was known for telling women, I'm not looking for anything long term. I'm in for a good time, not a long time. And let them decide. If they want to kick it, they kick it. If not, if not. But you know what? More likely than not, they're like, I'm good. I was honestly shocked because I was told that women want to be lied to. No. Women want the truth. They want the power to be given an option. Tell them the truth. For the rotation? I mean, are you serious? You want her to take all her time sitting there waiting on you? Matter of fact, I like the competition. You want her to be monogamous? Give her a contract. Make her a franchise player. If you want her to drop her rotation, you drop yours down. The thing is, man, you got to give women, you got to give women a reason. You got to give her a reason. Be the dude she wants to cheat with and give her a reason. See, a lot of us, let me speak to me. When I was a younger dude or when I was out there doing stupid stuff, I thought I could keep a woman with short-term things versus realizing, you know what? A woman wants to believe in a guy, but you got to give her something to believe in. And it's not just words. Guys, I'm going to be honest, man. Almost all of the rich men I knew, high value men, successful men, they're not out here running rotations. That shit gets old, man. Or why do you think, or else why don't you see their average millionaire or billionaire with 10 women in rotation? Because we got shit to do, man. They got businesses to run, empires to build, even on a small level. And believe it or not, you do want to have somebody that you can talk to. You know, I say women, you need to get curious about the kind of men you want, but a lot of you guys need to get curious about women too. Because you can only have sex so much. How you gonna stimulate what's going on up there? Because this is let me just be quiet. I'm about to tell myself, shut up. All right. How are you guys liking these Instagram lives? Okay, what I'm gonna start doing on my new show schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's when I'm gonna do the YouTube show, but I'm gonna do a pregame show over here on Instagram. And then if Clubhouse is active, I'll do a postgame show. What are some key points you give a young investor? Speak to a qualified professional. I stay in my lane on certain things. Should I even be dating when I realize that I need the help from child for being abused? I leave that between you and your counselor. My knee-jerk response is no, for a short time, for at least 90 days. Would a man rather have an average-looking woman with comfortable money? I guess. I don't know. I mean, average man is likely to get an average woman, and they're both likely to get average money. Average people get average people. What suggestion would you have for a man navigating the current dating scene? Buckle up. It's blood sport out here. Okay, and the next question is, what kind of women do I date? That's fair. That's fair, especially with all these people running around calling me gay. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. What if a man already has kids too? Well, here's the reality. If he's productive, compelling, successful, high value enough, it doesn't matter. The rules aren't the same for men. You can have a man who has children and still say, I'm not going to date a woman with kids if he has enough money. And women will gladly accept that deal. Ladies, understand something and understand well. You outnumber us. All women of all species outnumber, any race outnumber the men. You never have the leverage over men long term. What kind of woman do I date? I tend to prefer black women. I mean, I've dated everything. I've dated white women. I've never had a white girlfriend, but I've dated a white woman. Dated white women. I've sex with white women. Had an Asian girlfriend, Korean and Japanese. Latinas, yeah. Especially when you live in New York. My preference tends to be 5'4", about 125 pounds, 125 pounds athletically built. Just think of the prototypical AKA. The prototypical AKA, that's pretty much me. I like women who are bougie, prissy, a little sassy, I like women who are smart but still girly. Women who know how to walk well. Women who know how to flirt. Yeah, that's my shit. If I could say my ideal dream woman, you gotta now understand, just looks alone, the two women I've always ranked the highest have been Stacey Dash, and then Jesus. Woo! Lord have mercy, sweet. That's why when I laugh when these people say I'm gay, I'm like, I don't know how much I love women. You might, King Magazine, Stacey Dash. Oh. And anybody knows me, Stacey Dash always wants me. I don't want to talk to her. She kind of Stacey Dash, and then From Dusk Till Dawn, Selma Hayek. But all my serious relationships have been black. Yeah, my preference. What am I doing? I'm Googling Stacey Dash. I need a dash. Yeah, so that's my ideal. I like women who have a fit body too. I don't tend to prefer very bright skin. I prefer caramel complexion, a little darker. Yeah, man. Oh, ladies, understand something from your godfather. The sexiest thing any of you can wear. That's my t-shirt, my shirt, unbuttoned, and some heels. Ooh, ooh. Oh, Stacey, girl. That's my shit. I'm telling you, man. That's why I'm like, I understand MGTOW and all this, but we were a beautiful woman. I love being surrounded by beautiful women. That's why I like my rotation. I like being around beautiful women. I do business with men, but I'm not gonna sit in a room with a bunch of dudes. I'm gonna sit across from a woman sharing the meal. Shit. And that's, I did say Selma Hayek. I got beans, greens, tomatoes, spam, ham, all bones. Okay, so know what works for you.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you? Thank you for adding me.
No problem. What you got for me?
I would like to know really, I'm only 26, no kids, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Some college, but I just wanted to know really what can a woman do to hint towards a man that she want to be married and not just like high school relationships.
What can a woman do to hint towards a man?
Yeah, because it's not like women, it's not right for a woman to propose. I'm not about to go buy a ring and propose to no man, but...
Okay. So are you asking the question in general or are you asking about you specific?
Me specifically.
Okay.
Specifically.
All right, I got bad news for you. You start your relationship how you end it. How long y'all been together?
About 3 years.
The general, you start with the end in mind. If you guys just started dating, men don't decide to fall in love and get married. Women decide to do that. Has he said he wanted to marry you?
Yeah, we've talked about marriage a lot.
No. He said he wanted to marry you.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely...
Have you guys gone ring shopping?
Yes, we've been shopping around.
When was the last time you went ring shopping?
Right before Christmas. My girl is silly. Ignore her.
Well, okay, all right. So let me see if all right. If you've been ring shopping and you talked about it, like it or not, you got to put some sort of clock on this.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I don't like ultimatums. See, the problem is you didn't start this off dating him saying, I'm looking to get married. You've been with him for 3 years and you think it's just time to move it to the next level.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Before you decide to do that, y'all need to go sit down. This is one of those people I think sitting down with a marital counselor too, because you don't just get married because you've just been together for so long. And it should be the man's idea looking for a woman too. So there's a lot of moving parts going on. Is she sitting over here blowing 420 in the camera?
No,
All right. All right then. Start with the end of mine, ladies.
Hi, it's Rian.
Hi, Rian. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm good. What do you got for me?
So my question is, as a I'm a first generation Trinidadian American and full-time father in my life. I'm 27. I have no children. I've just relocated to Denver, and finding quality men is very difficult. What do you say about Black women who date outside of their race?
How long have you been in Denver?
I've been here for 5 months.
What do you define as quality?
I'm looking for a man between like 32 and 35, no children, who's stable, intelligent, and is going to make a good husband and father.
Those exist in Denver.
Am I just so new that I can't find them, or is it because of COVID, or?
Well, I don't know. What part of Denver do you live in? Do you live in the suburbs?
Actually, I work and live in Cap Hill.
Is that the single yuppie part of town?
Yes, I live in Lodo.
Where do you go to church?
I have not found a church home yet here because of COVID.
All right. So outside of working, where do you go where there are people?
So far, there was like a small West Indian event in Aurora. A couple people got together, but I just felt like the quality of men there wasn't.
Okay, but that's one event.
Right.
5 months.
I've been to work.
This ain't a Black man problem.
You think it's a me problem? Like I'm not getting.
Well, all right. Well, it'll be like saying, all right, Kevin, how do I hit more home runs or shoot more, complete more free throws? And I say, oh, I don't know. Let's look at your swing. How many times you been at bat? Oh, just once.
Right. For sure.
And how old are you?
27.
27. Look, man, you could. I don't know why. I gotta say this also. If you can't get a Black man, what makes you think you're gonna get a white man?
I've had a few white men come up to me and talk to me like in the grocery store and stuff.
That's fine because they outnumber Black men too. But have they talking to you? See, talking to you is one thing. Dating is another. Dealing with is another. But walking down the aisle, making you the mother of his children and building a life is something completely different.
I understand.
So this ain't a Black man problem. So to the Black women who are listening, oftentimes you guys just are not making yourself available or circulating enough. You're at home expecting somebody to come say, Boaz, and that's not how it works.
And I've met a few Black men here, but they've all had children, like several children.
Well, and so here's something else. What I always say too: personal therapist, personal trainer, image consultant, matchmaker. How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
Best size?
About an 8.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
160.
Now you do realize that white guys won't to be thinner than black men do.
I do understand that, and I'm working on it. I'm from
Well,
the
but the thing, and my point is, if a white guy who is all these things you say you want in a man, 32 to 35, stable, good husband, he'd be that to a white woman too, right?
Correct.
He has preferences. And a man like that is in demand. Stable, how much money we talk about you need him to make?
I mean, I don't think that stable requires an actual amount.
How much
I would
money
like
we
to be
talking about?
comfortable. Cover your own bills.
Put a number on it.
Maybe 85 to 90.
Slap the shit out of you. Are you kidding? That's in the top 15% of men. Now it's gonna start getting hard.
Mm-hmm.
You want a man in the top 15% of all men.
Mm-hmm.
And 5'4", 160 pounds. Talking about interracial dating. Listen, that's cool. But a man who's making $90,000, white women want their own men. Why do you think they're gonna let you come take Brad?
I'm just asking. I'm from New Orleans.
But what I'm saying, what I'm trying to do is get you to think. Why is another group of women gonna let you just come take one of their top 15% men?
Right.
Right? That's what I'm trying to get you to think. So it's not a black man problem. And if you want a black man in the top 90, 85 to 90, you're talking about a brother that's in the top almost 10% of men.
Right.
So how much do you make annually?
Probably like 50 now.
So you want to make double what you make?
I say 50 now. I just moved here.
And what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen later?
I'll become a property manager. I work in property management. I'm a leasing manager.
For like apartments?
Mm-hmm.
Every girl, those aren't six-figure jobs. Those are average, everyday jobs.
Correct.
And you want a man who had to go to college or get a high school trade because that's what you're asking for.
Yeah.
Okay. This is why the disconnect tends to come. You're not as fit as you can be.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't go out and get a degree and become a high-earning woman or any of these
I
things.
did get a degree. I have a degree in criminal justice.
Oh, degree in what?
Criminal justice.
Okay. Well, you got a degree, but you're not working in your field.
No, I
So
decided.
you might as well not have a degree. But you got a debt unless it's all paid off.
No, it is paid.
Okay. So, but as a man's mind, we're looking at why'd you go to college to become a property manager? Could have did that out of high school. That's how men's mind think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So at any rate, you're right there in the middle class of earners.
Mm-hmm.
And you want a man who is in the top 10% of earners and arguably the best of men in the top 10% of men. And you're bringing what to the table? You're not even giving them the minimum qualification for as fit as you can be. As single and no kids, there's no reason for you not to be 120 pounds, dress size 4. You got no reason. And this is how men are thinking. They're like, well, now, wait a minute. We got to go out and slay the dragon, and y'all still wanting men that are, and you're thinking that's not that much, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
And then you're throwing in the thing about possibly changing races, and that's just, I know a lot of people will say that stuff, but I'm going to have to see the numbers showing that not non-black men are marrying out at a greater rate of 50%. That's just not what happens. Most people stick within their race.
Which is my intention. I'm not saying that that's not my intention.
Okay, so how about this? If you actually became an active person in Denver,
Mm-hmm.
went to the gym, put yourself out there, were active enough in your local gym, hobbies or whatever, you'd run into more men.
Just by going to the gym.
Well, they're not at your house.
That is
This is
true.
what I mean. This is what I mean. This is why when people accuse me of being harsh, I'm like, a lot of women are just lazy when it comes to finding a man. Simply lazy.
Mhm.
And you want the top 10% of men, but you couldn't get into a top 10%, the top 10 university being lazy. This is what men hear. Yeah, all right then, all the best.
Thank you.
You went to school, property manager. You want somebody stable, 80 to 90. And I'm like, why aren't you want somebody that's earning about what you're earning? All right. Couple of more and I'll be out of here. Why is it that women think they know more about men than men do? The Black community is a matriarchy. Why is that important? Because 80% of Black children are raised by women. Women think they know about men because they have the boys. That makes sense. It makes sense to them. And they think, many of them think they don't do it on purpose, but many women look at men as like, almost like their property. Like we belong to them. Like they have choices, but we just belong to them. No. You base your answers on experience. Why do we continue on always question? Yes. Experience, data, facts, statistics. Are there any Black men that are qualified to give you answers? Because when I was a Black manager, I've told this story before. When I was a Black manager in telecommunications, Black sales rep in telecommunications, I went to the south side of Dallas, Black side of town, to sell to my people, to help the Black business owners save 50% on a very large telecommunications bill. I would sit down with everybody. And most people weren't going to buy. Even my fraternity brothers wouldn't buy. Nothing changed. The only thing that changed was where they got their bill from, saving 50%. Couldn't get a Black person to buy from me anything. Came back a year later, and I brought my white manager. Went back and presented the same proposals to the same people. People started buying left and right. Oh, this is great. This is what you're trying to get me to do last year? I wish I'd have known. I could have saved $20,000 and could have invested it back in my business. And I went to my frat brothers. I'm like, all right, great. You do realize that I'm her manager. She's my rep. She just graduated from college. I just told you she's my manager because I wanted to see what y'all would do. And they started signing when a white girl played my manager. And then actually after turning brother, you say, man, I'm embarrassed, Frank. You know, it's just that when you came through, man, I just thought it was too good to be true. And, you know, and I got busy and this and that. We just don't trust Black men. Black men are not supposed to be authorities or good at anything. I've actually had a career. I've lived. I mean, at what age? I mean, that's why we don't value an age in our community. Where do you think you're supposed to get the most sage advice from? 25-year-olds? Women? Real thing is, I don't like your opinions, or your opinions rub me the wrong way. So let me see if I can undercut so I can invalidate where you're coming from so I can just stay here. That's fine. How do a woman make herself available? Do the opposite of what you've been doing. Go out by yourself, sit at the bar, wear a dress and a smile and a fragrance. Make eye contact, flirt, act girly. Laugh at corny jokes, break the touch barrier, all that stuff. Let me also say something about this. Three primary modes of men. The refined man, the rakish man, and the roguish man. These three kinds of men have existed for eons. The aristocrat, the working class guy, and the savage. Okay? Not savage, but lower class. Refined men have always been men who wore suits and aftershave, but they were just as accomplished as any other. Matter of fact, the gentlemen, the aristocrats, took up archery, sword fighting, and boxing, and martial arts. they were actually more adept at defending themselves than the roguish guy. But in the Black community, we call it the pretty boy, the bad boy, and the roughneck. But see, here's the problem. In the Black community, as women tend to get away from their feminine, they tend to get harder and more masculine. Anything that ages tends to wither and harden. So it only makes sense that older, harder, more masculine women view men that are more refined, more class, more style, more panache, more elegance. Oh, that's feminine. That's not feminine. It's just you just lack the femininity to be around me, because a woman like that needs damn near a caveman to feel like a woman. That's the problem. Think about what I'm saying. Women want to feel soft and feminine in comparison to their men. And when you walk around with masculine, aggressive energy, the only way women, and especially if you're as big as a man, hair as short as a man, the way you can feel like a man is when a guy is damn near, come on. Do you think refined women, classy, elegant, feminine women interject and do stuff like that, want to openly combat and argue with a man? So those are the kind of women that tend to call guys in the refined, even in the rakish category, oh, they're gay, because all they understand is rogue. All they understand is harsh. I'm like, you telling on yourself. I posted on my community tab, and I actually was trolling people. I was like, go back and look at Morris Day in Purple Rain. And guys in my age range, Morris Day was the man. And Morris Day took a lot from, like I said, guys in the 70s or 80s. Today, most women would have called them gay. And the funny thing is, a lot of these women are old enough, and they were kids when they remember this. What they're really saying is, the Morris Days, the guys who were the cool, smooth, suave, sophisticated, pretty boy, playboy kind of thing, they never picked me. They They picked my friend. I wanted to dance with him back at the homecoming dance, but he overlooked me. He was with the homecoming queen. I thought he was walking over to me to dance with me, and then he started talking to my friend. Mm-hmm. That's why they got mad. They're like, well, I don't need to be him anymore. Oh, shoot. Well, he gay. Or he got a little pee-pee. I'm like, you just mad. At all the ladies. Prince was on another level. He was theatrical. But Morris Day, man, yes. Ladies, I need some perfection. Oh, go back and look at Morris Day. They would call Morris Day. Look at him, he's a girl. Well, and I'm sitting back and I'm like, I bet you, many of these women, especially women 40 plus, go back to their teenage years and they had them lip gloss wearing, bare chested dudes on posters on their wall. And today trying to walk around like, I don't like men like that because you don't got no man. And the men you do have are dusty, because that's all a big, angry, upset. Even if he ain't big, even if he ain't angry. That's all that some of you can get. And Mickey Free, that dude didn't look like a chick, man. So I think, it is uniquely Black now see, I understand why Black men try to do it, because it's player hate. I've never had a dude that could pull more, and I'm just gonna go there. I'm gonna use the word, I've never had a dude that could try to sit around calling you gay. Dudes that do that know they coming up short at the end of the night. They know they're outranked by you as far as attractiveness scale. They know that. So these are the dudes that be, oh man, this dude gay. We've talked about this so long. T.S.I. Johnson talked about this too. It's like, yeah, that was the old way of knocking. And you laugh about it because it's like, I get it. So, but women doing that stuff, that's like an outright admission of, I wish I could get a cute man. I wish I could get a man. I wish I could get a man who has some sense and a job, and I wish I could get a man who put a suit on sometimes. Instead of just saying, you know what? Nah, I said wrong. I mean, come on. Make you free. Advice for a woman who's celibate and dating. It ain't gonna work. Celibate and dating, if you're celibate for religious reasons, you better try to arrange marriage, because I'm sorry, today is open. It's bucket wild. What advice would you give a woman who is 43, established, looking for love? Okay, that's a good one to end on. All right, that's a good one to end on. If you're 43, established, looking for love, presuming you pass the fitness and attractiveness, because those things have to be there. Those things don't have to be there, but if they're there, they make this easier. 43-year-old women fit into the category of anybody. People feel like the older we get, the more we're set in our ways. 43-year-old women have to win with wisdom, feminine guile, femininity. You should be able to outdo a 21-year-old woman with your experience. But the problem is many older women lacked prioritizing men or making men a priority or learning what men like. Instead, they decide to go compete in the arena of men. So you seem to have these established women who at best know how to have sex with men. Great lovers, horrible girlfriends. And I think these are the women, I think, 35 plus, 40 plus in particular, that are going to have to make a deal. And this deal's gonna look like this. Now look, I'm 40 and I'm established, but I spent my entire life going from being a little girl to being a woman. I'm not girly. I'm good. All right. Now, at best, you're going to have to get real with one another. I'm only going to be about 80% of what you want. You're going to be about 80% of what I want. Can we make a deal? I think it can be done. All right, people, I got to get up here. It's been a little bit longer than I wanted to. Instagram Live was the link. All right, people, peace out.